What are Democrats going to do about the data? Are you all going to follow up on this? What's your take on Elon Musk being done? Because I just think he's finished. He's just finished what he was doing. Actually, he's finished. He's not done because they've still got the data.
And speaking of backwards, this from the New York Times, Elon Musk's legacy is disease, starvation, and death.
Oh, well, anyways, I guess another video that we're coming here. Welcome to Veteran Uncensored. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. This is the Rubin Report. As he brings up an NBC host accidentally reveals the Democrats' plan to trap Elon Musk. Let's take a watch.
Imagine that being your takeaway. I mean, I know the New York Times is not worth the paper it is printed on. It should be at the bottom of a bird cage, and that's it. It's all the propaganda that's fit to print. It is nothing more than that. Anyone you know that subscribes to the New York Times should have their head examined. It is genuinely that bad. But what is that article referencing? Well, take a look.
And when you go back to the Elon Musk story, it's the same story. He didn't just leave. He's not just slipping out of Washington. He was chased out of Washington by democracy, by people saying no, by people protesting so much around his cars and dealerships that he lost billions and billions of dollars.
And so there's folks at Boston University who count how many people have died because of what Doge did at USAID. And USAID was a very ill-managed organization. That's true. But according to the Boston University folks, so far 55,000 adults have died of AIDS in the 4 months since Trump was elected.
Oh my God.
6,000 children are dead because of what Doge did. That's just PEPFAR, the HIV. You add them all up, that's 300,000 dead, and we're 4 months in.
Doge was in there.
And he didn't take those servers with him.
The servers, I don't think, have left the White House. And so what are Democrats going to do about the data? Are you all going to follow up on this? What's your take on Elon Musk being done? Because I just think he's finished. He's just finished what he was doing. Actually, he's finished. He's not done because they've still got the data.
Yeah, I heard he's on some image repair tour. I think the best way for him to repair his image is to reverse all the damage he did to our government, to the American people. And yeah, those servers are a big issue. We want to continue to investigate that. And certainly, I think some crimes may have been committed over the past 3 or 4 months, and they are going to come to light one way or another. We're going to come to light, even if it takes us getting into power again. But we will subpoena people. Yeah.
Even if it takes us getting into power again. What is this? A cult, man? Jesus, for the love of God. This is kind of laughable, people dying and all of that. I mean, listen, people just cannot get away from their agendas. And that is the problem with this country, both on the right or on the left. They cannot get away from their agendas. It's so obvious when they speak.
Who said put that man on TV? That guy's got it. Let's get him on TV.
I thought the same thing.
All of these people are completely ridiculous. We'll fact check the thing about all of the people dying, but it's all insane. Why do you think Elon Musk did this? How do you think he got red pilled? It's because you guys lied about everything over the last couple of years, all of the COVID stuff, everything related to Biden, and you red pilled him and millions of other people. He did not need this. The idea that Batman villain from MSNBC with the white hair, he looks like he should be in Arkham Asylum level 3 in like the most secure padded cell that they've got. It's like that guy, he's happy that Elon got chased out of DC and that people were protesting at the Tesla charging stations and everything else. You're like, you're happy about that? You people are awful. But let's fact check the 300,000 deaths. This is according to Grok. The claim that 300,000 deaths have occurred due to USAID funding cuts influenced by Elon Musk is not supported by conclusive evidence and appears to be an estimate based on projections rather than verified data. Various sources, including a New York Times article and a Boston University report, cite estimates from researchers like Brooke Nichols at the Center of Global Development, suggesting that cuts to USAID programs could lead to significant mortality. However, these figures are largely projections based on modeling, not confirmed death tolls. Critics argue that estimates may not account for variables like other organizations stepping in to mitigate impacts or the exact status of funding flows. Given the lack of concrete data confirming 300,000 deaths and the reliance of the predictive models, the claim should be treated as speculative, unverified. So you get that. So congratulations, some guy did a model somewhere in Boston Boston, and they're like, that proves 300,000 people died. And you know what? If you people care so much, if you care so much about taking American taxpayer dollars to stop people elsewhere from getting HIV, and you might argue that that's a worthwhile and just fine cause. How about David Brooks? You're pretty rich, I would imagine. How about you throw in some money for that? But I'm guessing you've thrown in zero because you people don't really care. You just want to use the government to do your pet projects. And when you have the government, it's great. And when you lose the government, it is bad. But there is no evidence that anyone died. And also, again, you would allow for, if the government's if these things are so great to do, if they're so great to do and the government doesn't have the money for them anymore, let's get private people involved, right? Don't say it, show it to us, you great, wonderful people. You guys really care, except when it comes to busting out the cash. Then you care a little bit less.
Anyway, well, so that is the video there by the Rubin Report. And I couldn't agree more. And, now I will have to say we had to find another source on fact checking these numbers because we can't use Grok because obviously Elon Musk is involved. If we want to be transparent 100%, we cannot be using Grok for this, right? We got to do, but I still don't believe if 300,000 people have died of. Are you serious? Like, what is this, man? It's a joke. It's a joke. But I still think that we need to be using other sources to fact check because obviously Elon Musk, anybody on the left side is going to tell you you're using Grok to fact check. Fact check. What's the point in that? Elon Musk owns the damn company. But at the end of the day, it is weird how that guy that was talking with next to the other what's it, MSNBC. They just don't make sense. And the fact of the matter is that they're not understanding why the Democratic Party lost the election. They still haven't figured it out yet, and that is the problem, right? For them, the problem is that they don't know what they've done, and they keep doing the same thing. They want transgender males or females. I don't know which one you would call them. Men trying to be women, playing in girls' sports and going in women's bathrooms. They go for that. They lie about the American people. They lie to the American people, and that seems like that's going to be what that's what got them not elected, and that's what got them to lose the election to begin with, and lose by a landslide, and lose months before the election was even happening, which is sad for a Democratic Party that once was a big party in the United States of America. Now a party that unfortunately doesn't have any credibility anymore. And I always said if I was born in the '60s, I would have been a Democrat more than likely. But man, imagine JFK would have been a Republican right now. The same thing about his brother. The same thing, those old-time Democrats would have been Republicans today because the party is going array. And until they figure it out what's happening, they will not be back on the American people's side. So anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. This is Veteran Uncensored. My name is Chris Rodriguez. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.